Hello, viewers. This is Michael from Screen Views, bringing you a new podcast for my segment called the Project Red Review. Like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you understand me. Also, I'll try to do my best not to breach your heart during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change your adult language if you're under 18. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change your adult language if you're under 18. Now, if you're over 18, that means you need to watch this audio podcast recording. Now, with this and everything else, with this and everything else out the way, let's get into the latest episode of Gavin. So basically, we start back off the Kiki and Koto's arts, who I've been calling, before I get into my review. So basically, I've been saying Kiki's partner's name is Koto, not Mo. It's Koto. So basically, sometimes I mispronounce names, so basically, Kiki, who is Gavin Loomis, her partner name is Koto. So anyway, let's get into the review. So basically, somewhere late on Kiki's Earth, slash Gavin Loomis, a powerful businessman had contacted a mass beast fellow to track down his daughter and wife and get back his treasure from them. So basically, this mass beast it's one of the most wanted, it's one of the most wanted, it's one of the most wanted, feeds sorry, a little tongue tied today. So basically, this mass center feast is the best feast on Kiki's Earth and whatnot. So basically, he's most wanted. So basically, the Phantom Feast said that, all right, I'll get back your treasure. I'll bring your wife and daughter back in along with your treasure. So basically, the Phantom Feast took the job and went to track down. Track down the shady, this powerful businessman who clearly, and basically the next day we see Kiki and Toto, seem like they got something to eat and whatnot. So basically, there was So basically, it seems like they're living off a strict budget and whatnot. So basically, they got some simple food and whatnot. And basically, it turns out they bump into the mother and daughter of the businessman the businessman who hired that Phantom Thief and whatnot. So basically, they bumped into the mother and daughter of the businessman that hired that Phantom Thief to, bring them back along with their treasure and whatnot. So anyway. So basically, Kiki got bumped into by the girl and whatnot, and basically the girl said sorry to bumping into you, and the girl's stomach started to rumble, and basically, Koto decided to share the food for the little girl and her mom. So basically, so basically, after the mom and daughter, ate the food and whatnot, they gave Kiki and Toto, for the food and whatnot, and they're saying that, we're going to miss our ship. We're going to miss our ship. We're supposed to go home to my mom's home planet and whatnot. So anyway, so basically, Kototo was like, she was like, these guys are acting strange. These two are acting strange. So basically, we should follow you. And basically, Kiki was like, like, and why should we why should we totally, like, something's off here. I just know it. So basically they start to so basically they start to escort them to the spaceport and whatnot, to the spaceport and whatnot, and that's where the Fantasy showed up, and basically Kiki and the Turtle Toto was like, wow, you so you're the most wanted Phantom Thief. You're the famed criminal Phantom Thief that's wanted by the Galaxy Police. So basically, we're obligated to arrest you. So anyway, the Phantom Thief now, the fantasy said, look, I'm just here for the mother and daughter, and the stuff they took. So basically, he had a normal emote gear and a special device that looks like a knuckle to activate the power of that emote gear and whatnot. And basically, he used that emote gear's power to manipulate the ground and basically stuck Kototo on a stone pier up in the air and whatnot. So basically, the mother and daughter managed to get away while Kiki, while the fantasy was busy with Kiki and the Toto. So basically, they got to the construction site, and basically, so basically, Kiki and the Turtle are not fully aware why the Fantasy is going after the mother and daughter. The daughter's name is M. The daughter's name is M and whatnot. Anyway. So basically, Kiki got the turtle down for that he stole Pitta and whatnot, and basically they took they followed the Fantasy and they followed the Fantasy, the mother and daughter to a construction site, and basically there was a spaceship near the construction site that the crew was using and whatnot, and basically the Phantom Beast says that, look, I've been paid to bring you guys back and what you stole. And basically, Kiki and the Toto was like, you're not taking them anywhere. So basically, he used the power. So basically, the Phantom Beast used the power of his normal emote gear. So basically, the Phantom Beast was using a regular emote gear, not a negative one, but a positive one, a noble emote gear with his special device, and basically it turns out that this shows that the mother and daughter did steal the treasure from the client who is their husband slash father and whatnot. So anyway, the daughter M was like, the reason why. That dude is not our real. So basically, that dude is not my real father. That's not our real father. He's a crude businessman. So basically, me and my mom stole this treasure from him to get back and live with my real dad and whatnot on my mom's home planet and whatnot. So basically, after hearing that. Yeah. After hearing the truth from the daughter M and whatnot, Kiki and the Turtle felt sorry for them. Even the Phantom Beast felt sorry to her. But I can't let you leave with that. I can't let you guys go. I have an obligation to bring you guys in along with that treasure. So anyway, it turns out, unknown to them, there was a negative emote gear inside the treasure, along with or the other valuable treasures as well. So basically, turns out it turns out that and hatred towards her stepfather made the negative emote gear to basically go nuts, and therefore it turned the crew into minus hitmen zombies and whatnot, and decided to attack them. So basically, the Phantom Fish along with Kiki and Toto had no choice but to fact the construction tool that were accidentally turned into zombie henchmen and whatnot. They were fighting them and snuffed into the construction tool spaceship, and therefore she was so distraught that she doesn't want to go back to her stepfather. The negative emote gear, spawned a emote monster and basically went over the side of the cliff and whatnot. So basically, lucky that Raisin was able to save the mom for going over the cliff with her daughter and whatnot. Raisin was was coming back from Echion. Was coming. Attempted the negative emote gear, sensors. Coming back for another dimension and went to help Kiki and the Toto and whatnot. So basically, M and the spaceship was stuck on a cliff, was stuck on the side of the cliff, and basically and that's when and that's when Aggie showed up with the crane unit, and basically, and Raging got permission to transform his ship into robot mode by his bosses and whatnot, and basically, while they were dealing with the construction tool that was in the remote monster. So basically Raging and the Phantom Beast and Kid Toto was basically with the construction tool in the remote monster and whatnot, and basically and the Phantom Beast was helping out as well, and basically Kiki, Kiki, went inside the Gavin Robo, and Toto went inside the crane unit to rescue the daughter M, and basically, they tie a rope on the spaceship, therefore they can attach the crane to it, but the crane. The ledge that the spaceship was on is about to get wrecked. So basically, they combined the crane unit with the Gravitron Robo, and basically formed the Gravitron Robo crane combination. They was able to stay M in the spaceship from going over the edge even further into that ravine. And as for Raging, he used the drill unit, the drill unit weapon to destroy the monster, and the Phantom Beast used his remote gear to safely take out the suction tool that was under the power of the negative emote gear and whatnot that was inside the treasure chest. So basically, the Phantom Beast got the treasure back, and basically, M, the daughter M and her mother were saved. The construction tool were contained gates to the Phantom Beast and whatnot. And basically, Kiki was like, you helped us out today, but we can't just let you go. So basically, the Phantom Beast here, take this. This negative emote gear is the cost behind the work group, which is currently minus zombies. So basically, you can use this to reverse that. to save that crew and to turn back to normal and whatnot. So basically, we gave them the negative emote gear to Kiki and whatnot, and basically, and he just disappeared with the treasure chest and whatnot. So basically, so since they don't have any money to go to, since Em and her mother doesn't have any money to go to, go to her home planet, guess they're stuck on Earth, for a while. So basically, after that, Kiki, Gake Racing just showing up and basically, helping out and whatnot, and basically, Matoto was like, hey, Kiki's my partner, so don't try any of that being slick and trying to take my partner and whatnot. But Raging was like, whoa, I was just being nice now. So basically, calm down. I understand she's your partner, so. I'm just being nice to Kiki. That's all. I had no intention taking your partner away from you and whatnot. So anyway, the Phantom Beast. The Phantom Beast, went back to his employer with the treasure chest, and basically, went back to his employer with the treasure chest. He was kind of disappointed that the Phantom Beast didn't bring back his wife and daughter, wife and stepdaughter. He was happy to get his treasure back, that the Phantom Beast retrieved from him. But turns out the Phantom Beast screwed him over and basically gave him a treasure chest full of fake treasure, and therefore screw over and stepdad, by taking his real treasure and whatnot. So anyway, 7 days later, or somewhere in an outdoor cafe, we see Kiki, Matoto, and her mother, having lunch together, and basically the waiter say, we have a special anonymous donor had donated a spaceship for you and your mom to go back to your home planet, and basically it's like, who is this? Who is the anonymous donor? He's anonymous. So basically, whoever. It turns out that the waiter was the Phantom Beast in disguise, and basically he used the treasure that he stole from his stepmom, in the stepfather to book them a spaceship to take them to their mom, take them to. Oh, sorry, I was tongue-tied today. So basically, the Phantom Beast used the treasure to book Em and her mother, to take them back to her mother's home planet, where her real father is waiting for them. So basically, the Phantom Beast did a good thing here and whatnot. As somewhere else late at night, we see a guy trying to activate a dark emote gear, but the power was too much for him. Therefore, he passed out, and we see this dark version of Gavin. This dark Gavin, like, telling him, this fool was unworthy to wield the power of this dark emote gear. So basically, the dark emote gear was too powerful for that person to control or not, and basically he passed out from the power of it, and basically this dark, evil, damaged version of Gavin started to glow. We started to glow and have a red eye, like a red, but his visor had a red light glowing to his damn side and whatnot. And this is how the episode ended with the dark Gavin taking the emote gear from the person who couldn't handle the power, and basically this is how we see this dark Gavin, just standing over this person who is passed out due to the power of the Donkey Monkey he couldn't handle, and this how the episode ended on this note. So anyway, this was a good episode. So basically, this was a good episode this was a good episode. Honestly, it was kind of a tribute to Listen Ranger and whatnot. I believe that they actually got Listen Red to play the Phantom Beast in this episode. I believe that's him, but I'm not 100% sure. But it does look like the actor who played Listen Red from Pat Ranger versus Listen Ranger and whatnot. So anyway, what do you guys think about this latest episode, Gathered? Good, bad, or just okay? Please let me know what the comments below this podcast. Anyway, sign off. So, 3 views. 1.